Like maybe he would get in my head if he didn't say my name so many times. I just don't trust him. Like I just don't.
Yeah.
Like every time he campaigns to me, I just don't trust him. Like I just don't trust that. Like if he won HOH, he wouldn't put me up. You know?
Yeah, same. It's like he's all over the place.
Yeah. So I know he's kind of like spiraling, but yeah, I don't trust him anymore. Like even if he says like, "Oh, you're safe. I'm going for Austin," I'm like I don't know. That doesn't work for me either.
There's no score.
Yeah.
Like there's no like, how do I know?
Yeah.
For a fact.
Yeah.
That you're gonna say your word.
Exactly.
So you're like, there's nothing.
And I just don't believe him when he says he's going for Austin. Like, why?
Because at least if he was like, yeah, I did put your name up, then I'd be like, okay, like at least I know you're being honest about it.
Yeah. But now he's like, I was just saying a strong player.
That's what I'm saying. When he like spins it.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, well, I didn't say for sure. Like, I didn't say exactly that to you. Like, you're like looking into it too much.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, you made it very clear. Like, what you meant.
Yeah.
Please turn on your microphone.
What? Boy's running around with
It's on.
Is it on?
I'm dragging. It's dragging on.
Not them dragging me. I'm dead.
Another day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so.
Do you think that there's like any way that you'd say?
Like, I don't, like, not with me. Like, you know what I mean?
Same, that's
Like,
but I just worry that people are like really worried about honesty.
yeah. Like, I definitely worry about that.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
My thing is that like, because I know people are like, oh, like next week if there's not going to be their target, so like anyone can be going.
Right.
But I just feel like if he like for me, like him staying and him winning is more scary than like not knowing their specific target.
Exactly. I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to me, that's a bigger risk.
Yeah, because to me, it's like, if anyone else wins, they're kind of like, like you can influence them more. You know what I mean? Because no one has a clear target.
Have a conversation with them and be able to like gauge what they want,
Yeah.
or like generally be able to work something.
Yeah.
Versus like I don't like he just do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And like
Exactly.
Like I was saying to Ty, was like already everyone doesn't like him, so like he has nothing to lose.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's his like pitch. That's his pitch.
Well, exactly.
I have nothing to lose. Put me on the block whenever you want. I'll be a pawn. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll fucking shield you. I'll rub the house the wrong way for you.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, listen, man. In any other situation, it sounds like a good pitch.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, in this one, I know for a fact that you are scared of us, and you will put us up if you have the opportunity.
Oh, easily.
And like, yeah, like when I look on the block and I'm making a vote, I'm taking off the person I don't think will put me up like soonest.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
So will Roe eventually put me up if he has a chance? Probably, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be realistic.
yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean?
right.
And that's like my thing too, is that I'm like, obviously, like, no one's gonna be my best friend forever. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
It's a one winner. Like it's one.
exactly.
Yeah, but it's like how long can you get? Like
Exactly.
how, you know, like how far can you go? And by keeping him in the house, that risk is way higher.
That's what I think too.
You know?
100%.
Yeah. So I think that's a consensus. But I am worried about like for
The last minute, like,
the last minute flip and like people that are very paranoid.
right? Being like, let's just keep them.
Yeah.
It's like, just keep them.
Like people like Tara, like
Same.
she's like super
I know they're
paranoid.
stressed.
She is stressed.
Like, they're very, very stressed about it.
Yeah. So I know that if he goes to her and says, "Listen, if I'm here, you're not the biggest target,"
Right? Or like, I keep hearing them throwing out your name. Like,
I could see. Oh my God! If he said that to her, holy shit.
she'll lose her mind.
She'll lose her mind. Because she's already terrified.
Especially Tara. I know she's stressed. That's why, like, have you noticed she's like doing like a little too much?
I know.
She's like cleaning everything. She just grabbed everyone's towels. She's gonna do laundry before I'm gonna have their towels.
I can tell too. I can tell.
I'm
And like,
it's okay, girl.
I know. I didn't realize Vic was so like cheesed at her. Vic doesn't fuck with her at all.
Fucking eats her.
Oh my God. I didn't
That
realize.
kills me.
Oh my God. I was sitting with Vic today and she's like, she's like,
Honestly,
there's someone on my team. Yeah, that's what she said.
she's like,
and I was like,
cut you
what?
off in 5 seconds, kind of one conversation with her, cutting you
Cut
off.
me off, yeah. And
And I was like, oh.
and I was like, you know what? She kind of does do that, but like,
When
yeah.
she said it, I was like, well, you got a point.
I know. I was like, yeah, but like I didn't really care, whatever. But
Right.
Vic's the type of person that you don't cut her up.
Oh, no, same. I can literally tell every time I watch them talk and she cuts her off and Vic goes,
She gets pissed.
Every time.
Oh my
I can
God.
tell. She's like, I'm gonna go lay in my bed and take a minute. I'm gonna go melon. Because I know she wants to pop off. And I think she will eventually.
I will love it.
She'll be like, hey, listen, you gotta stop cutting me off. It's fucking rude. And we'll all just be like,
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I think there's gonna be some crazy shit next week.
Oh, it's going to.
People are gonna pop off.
well, like, do you think it's still gonna be teams? I just don't know.
I just don't know.
I was thinking also, I was talking with Beth. Do you think it might be the one, like it might be a quick one, but like the one where you choose who goes against each other?
That's what I was thinking too. Like the buttons.
Yeah, but then I feel like you'll also know like who's gunning for you.
Exactly.
I feel like, oh, put Jedson back up with
Yeah.
against Ty.
Yeah,
put Jedson back up against Austin. Like do you know what I mean? Then
I
you're
hope
like,
it's not
oh.
that. I hate that shit. I hope it's not.
Well, I'm like, oh, I see like what you're trying to do here.
And like you can really see it too. Like if you're
Right?
out, you can really see who's doing what.
Right? Like who's trying to keep putting them up so they get out.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, next week will be interesting.
That's a line drawing game.
No, easily, right? Because
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's
where
when,
you're
like-
like, oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Why have I answered 5 questions?
No, exactly, right? They just like keep popping you up.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you keep getting them right? Fuck. You better watch out.
nightmare for them. I don't know. They sound like they're working fucking hard.
I know. That's what I'm like zzz, up top and like
Right? I'm like,
I hope it's not. I hope it's just something like that's just like your own phase in your end.
Please stop talking about production.
anyways.
We're having a great combo.
Me? I'm like, anyways. I don't know. Okay, I just wanted to, check where your head was at, see what you were thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
And
And like obviously like all that shit that he's telling me is just straight lies, right?
Yeah, that's why I was like, why? This is so annoying.
I know. Cause like obviously, like you and Austin are like pretty crucial, I would say.
And I know that we like had like the little like sick thing that really fizzled, but I know that like I feel like you're someone that like is a very straight shooter, very like keeps 100, and I feel like you're someone that I could like trust, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're very much like, listen, I don't know, you could be going home. I'll just tell you right now.
Yeah.
And I'll be like,
100%.
okay, good to know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's like I'd rather know that than not, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
Like-
None of this like, oh, I don't know, like
Yeah.
people. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if literally someone was like, oh, like when Tara was like, oh, I've been saying your name, I was like, to who?
She said it to you?
When she said that to you
To
yesterday.
me. Yeah, I know.
And
Yeah.
she's like, oh, I threw your name out, and I was
Yeah.
like,
I know.
I was like, to who?
I know. And I was like,
I was like, what?
because like she's like, oh yeah, we talked about this, and I was like, fuck, I forgot we talked about that, but you just reminded me.
And you're like, no, Dad.
I was like, crazy if I win HOH.
No, literally. That's why I was like, what? I was like, okay, girl. Like I was like, I know you're trying to be honest, but I was like,
Yeah. But
not
like
exposing yourself.
in a point in the game where it's like literally no one knows who's
That's
gonna
what I'm
put who
saying.
up.
Like that. Is just
There's no
easy enough.
reasons. Like no.
Right?
It's like fuck. That's kind of a reason. And then like she talked to me yesterday and was just saying, she's like, if I win HOH, like I want to give you the opportunity to like save yourself. Like if I put you on the block, and she's like, just so you don't get backdoored. And I was like, yeah, but like you'd be the one backdooring me. So like,
Right?
did you just tell me that you're putting me up no matter what? Like,
No.
that's not a good look.
I don't know how I feel. Like, I was trying to think, like, last night, like, if I were to win HOH, and, like, if it is still teams, like, who would you put up in the other round?
I was like, I would have to put up Tara now because like
Same.
You know,
I just think that it's, like, I don't know, I feel like she's, like, like, she's making too many promises with people. Where she's like, oh, like, I want to work with you, or, like, oh, like, if I were to win, like, I want to hear what you would say.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think she's doing that to kind of like be good with everyone, just to make sure that she.
But I'm like, you can't do that with everyone.
Right. You can't do that with everyone. And like, she says it's like too early to talk, like make alliances and like talk game and stuff. I'm like, it's not really. It's like 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's because no one's really talking to her.
Yeah. So that's why she's like kind of justifying it. Like, I think it's too early. Like people don't really know
Like what they're doing.
Little does she know that there's things forming around her.
Right? I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, I don't know if you could like 100% trust her.
No.
I just feel like she's very like the type to just like switch up on you.
Yeah, and I think if she won HOA, she'd be heavily influenced by anybody, like people, whoever got in her ear first.
Right?
And if you literally just told her someone was gunning for her, she'd just put them
No,
on.
easily.
Yeah. Like someone can just go up to her and be like, "Yo, Jed was saying your name," like because you said.
And
that
she'd be like, what? Really?
Yeah, and then she just put me out. So that's
No, I can see it. Her being like, I love everyone, but
a sketch.
100%.
I don't know who I'd put beside her. Maybe like Tina or something.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, I know they're stressed, but I'm like, there's a reason.
Yeah, they are stressed.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like
But,
group stress too. Like they're like it's like together,
Right?
together.
Always.
Fuck.
I know Tina's just worried that people are gonna like kick her out because she's like old.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that would never.
That's literally not a reason. Like I don't understand why people do that in the seasons. I'm like,
And that's
someone you
like,
can
if you
beat.
were like 70 years old and like, yeah, like you can't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you gonna do for me?
Yeah, but it's like you've beat me in every comp, so.
Literally, that's why I'm like, it like doesn't like make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, because like I obviously wouldn't put up Ty, wouldn't put up Beth.
No.
I wouldn't put up Vic. I just feel like Vic is like, I feel like she'll just explode.
She will explode. She's like, if there isn't a legit reason, like if I didn't do something to you directly and you put me up, I'm going off.
No, 100%.
And I was
I know
like-
that she would make it her mission to
Right,
get you out.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Fuck.
Like she would be the actor to be like, oh, like you put me up, like you're going home next.
Yeah, yeah.
I will make sure
Yeah.
that I stay and I win next week so you can go up and go home.
Yeah, and if you're not going home, your life is gonna be hell in this house.
Oh,
Like,
literally.
you hear me walk around, and just hear, bitch!
No,
Just from the
literally,
outside.
right? And like I don't even know like if it's not teams like would you like take a shot at like someone in our room? Do you know what I mean? It's like I just
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't really know what Kiefer's thinking. Like, I
that's
feel like
my thing.
maybe going for Austin still.
I don't right? That's what I don't know. And I know that he like so like I remember like between me and you, I know that like Tara had like told Austin, like for the HOH, she was like, oh, I'm playing the veto, like what do you want me to do? Like do you want me to like gun for it? Do you want me to throw it? And Austin was like, no, win it, like keep them the same. But then I know that apparently I think she went to Kiefer and was like, what do you think I should do?
Right. And she came to me and asked me that too.
Really?
Yeah, I think she asked like literally everybody.
And was like, should I like go?
She's like, should I go for it? Should I throw it? And I was like, go for it. Keep it the same.
That's why I'm like,
I was like, why would you throw it?
That's
That makes
what I'm
no
saying.
sense.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Like, like at that point, it was like, as long as Josh doesn't win it, we don't care who wins it.
Right?
Like the whole house.
That's why I was like, what? That's why I was low key like when she was like struggling. I was like, are you doing this on purpose? Like,
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know. Like, did you like realize you're like, oh, I'm just gonna throw?
Right. And that could have just been like a.
Because
way
I don't
to
think
play
she
it
wants
off.
to have to deal with like the pressure of like
No
people
way.
coming up to her
No
and being
way.
like, please use it on me, please use it on me. Like,
I think she would literally crumble as an HOH.
you think what?
I think she would crumble as an HOH.
Oh, same.
You know? Like with all that pressure and like you have to.
100%.
You have to put a target on your own back by putting people up.
No, usually.
Yeah. And I don't think she can handle it.
I don't think she
Even
can
using
either.
the veto, she'd be like, what do I do?
Right?
What do I do? What do I do?
100%.
And then like whatever she did, she'd be like, this person told me to do it.
Always. That's what
know?
I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
So it's like not even really her game. So that's why it's scary.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Because like who's gonna get in her ear first? Someone that's against us?
Well, exactly.
Yeah. Fuck.
Like that's what I always worry about. Also, like, have you like talked like game with Kyle at all? I feel like whenever I talk to us about nothing,
I know.
and that's why I'm always like,
I know.
like, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna ask you about that too, because I was thinking like, if you won and it was teams, would you put him up?
I don't. I think I would have to put like Tina and Tara.
Yeah. And then like if one of them takes each other.
Yeah, like I think that would have to be the next.
Because it
one.
can be Vic.
That's what I'm saying. I
Backdoor
it could be
Vic.
and I wouldn't put Ty and I wouldn't put Beth up.
Right. Yeah.
Easy.
It would have to be. It'd literally just be it's an only option type thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like it would be like with a row thing where it's like you're literally the only option.
It's bad for my game to put the other people up.
Right.
And we haven't talked game. It's the only
And I
thing.
think that's fair.
It is fair.
I
Like,
just don't know. But
I've rarely talked game with him, so I don't know if like
someone told me they talked. Who was it? Someone told me they talked game with him, and he was like, and they were like, if you win next week, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, like I'm not HOH. I can't say. I can't tell you. But I'm like, what does that mean? Because I feel like Kyle's also someone that will just do whatever he wants.
oh yeah, he
Do
will.
you know what I mean?
He will. I think it's like worst case scenario if he wins.
Same, because I feel like he's also like a Josh, where he's just like, he'll just do what he wants.
Yeah, like I think that if he wins, like you and I are going.
Yeah, I have a feeling as well.
Yeah,
I
like
have a very strong feeling.
and like if I don't go up, I'm getting backdoored. and it'll be like you and like Keith or something, and then like me or Latoya will get backdoored. That would be
Not
100%.
even Latoya.
I feel like I just don't want it.
I'm saying I don't.
He can't win. He can't win that.
Right?
That's not good for anybody. And like, I don't know where Ro's at, really.
I don't know really where Rose at either.
If it's teams and like whatever will be safe.
That's what I'm saying. That's like the only like good part about it is that like if Keith wins or Ro and it is still teams, then like at least I know that like
We're good.
chill.
Yeah. It's about damn time we won.
I'm tired of it. Like I know people are watching at home. Like
Pissing me off.
you know your friends are watching. They're like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
They're like 2 weeks, you guys.
I know. Fuck. Like we can just, as long as we win, as long as our team wins, we can make the decisions and we'll be
That's what I'm
safe.
saying, right?
But I just don't want to go under another stressful week of the other team winning and us. And like,
Did you like? Were you like kind of scared you're gonna go up this week?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was just like, I didn't know, because I didn't know what Josh was saying was true or not.
Oh.
I didn't know if he was really in Austin's ear, like saying like, let's
Well,
just get him out, let's just get him out. And like, obviously if I'm on the block, like there's a great chance that people would just be like, fuck it, let's just get him out.
Like that's why I don't like. I know when he was like, oh, I've never once said like Jed's name. I was like, okay, but like you've literally been saying you need to get a good competitor, like a big like who else? Mm-hmm. Who else? Are you talking about me? You're talking about Latoya?
Yeah.
Obviously not. And like
Yeah.
Austin like came out to me like when we were done the TikTok thing, and then like he like apparently walked up to her and was like, oh, like what is your legendary movie you're gonna make?
Oh my God. No way.
Like.
Oh my God.
Like, do you mean like he's trying? So then for him to be like, oh, I never even like brought that up. Like that was never an option.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
That's why I was literally like, what? When he was like, oh, I never like brought it up, and like, you know, like these four are trying to get Jed out.
Yeah.
Like he's actually like he's smart for what
He
he's
is
doing.
smart. He is smart. Like, he's playing it the only way he can.
No, exactly. I honestly didn't see like the Pretty Boys thing or
No.
the like 4-person alliance thing, but I would never have thought that's what he would go to.
Yeah, me neither. Especially because I haven't talked any game with Ro and Kyle.
Well, exactly. Right? That's why I was like, what?
Like, sure, it may look like we are boys, but like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think people like are looking a little too into things.
Yeah, I agree.
Where I'm like, literally, like, I literally barely have, like, I've talked surface things with them. Like, I think the most game I talked was literally on Thursday when I was like, so, like, what are you guys thinking?
And you really have to like pry.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
so, like, are you wanting to get Julie out or not? Like,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And that was like most, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, good to know.
Has Ro talked to you now that he's on the block?
Not really. He's just like, do you think I'm good? Like, do you think people, like, are potentially, like, gonna flip? And I was like, honestly, I don't think.
Yeah.
And, like, it was, like, me, Ty, I think, and Vic. And we're seeing me, Ty, Vic, and Ro. And Ty was like, the only way I see you going is if people are just too scared for week 3.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's the only way, like, I really could see it.
Yeah. If people think they're like really at risk next week,
Right?
they're the ones that are gonna push for Josh.
But then, like, this is the thing, is that, like, if we flip again on Thursday, I know people are gonna be like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And then everyone's just gonna start going at each other, and Josh is gonna sit on the side.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yep.
people are gonna be like, what the fuck?
Because if that can happen twice, it can happen to any one of us.
Exactly.
That thinks that we're
Right?
safe. That thinks that we're safe.
Easily. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, there has to be like a consensus made like before fucking 30 minutes before the eviction.
And like, my thing that I've like always said is that like I would never put anyone up on the block that I'm okay with leaving. Cause that's, do you know what I mean?
Okay with not leaving? Or-
Okay, like that would be okay with leaving.
Oh.
No, not leaving. Yeah.
Not leaving, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like-
because that's always a potential.
Oh yeah. No matter
You know
what
what I
you
mean?
say. You can say someone's a pawn, but there's always ways to flip it that it can be better for your game for them to go.
Oh, exactly. So
There's
that's why
always-
when Tara was like, "Oh, I said to put you up as a pawn," or
Yeah.
I was like, so like in a sense, like you're saying, like if the house were to flip, you're okay with Jed leaving.
Exactly. That's
And
why I
you'd be
did.
like,